Everyone, welcome back. Today we are solving number of smooth descent periods of a stock. So we are given an integer array prices that represents the daily price history of a stock, and we want to return the number of smooth descent period. And what a smooth descent period is just a stock that consists of one or more contiguous days that the price on each day is lower than the previous day by exactly one. And the first day of the period is exempted from this rule, meaning that if the day is on its own, then it is also considered a smooth descent period. So if we look at these examples, in this example, there's 7 patterns of this. 3, 2, 1, and 4 on its own are a smooth descent period, and 3 and 2 is decreasing by 1. 2 to 1 is decreasing by 1, and 3 to 1 is also decreasing by 1 in all 3 days. Now this example is only 4 of the periods, meaning each day on its own, because none of these days decrease by 1 to the next day. And in the last example, we just return 1 because there's only one value here and there's no next day to see pattern. So this day on its own is a smooth descent period, so we return 1. So now that we have seen some examples, let's get to how we can solve this problem. So for this problem, I think we can notice a pattern. If it's decreasing with a streak of 1, then there's 1 smooth descent period. If it's a streak of 2, then there's 3. So it's 1 we add by 2. And if it's a streak of 3, then we will add 3 from the streak of 2. So then it will be 6 periods. So basically, every time we see a streak, then we can just add by the streak of that number. So what we can do is we can iterate through the array. And each time we iterate through, we can add by the streak to the result. And we can keep track of the streak. So let's go through this example real quick. So the streak of 1, we add 1 to result. Streak of 2, we add 2 to result. Now it's a streak of 3 because 3 straight days of decreasing, so we add 3 to result. Now the streak is broken, so we change the streak back to 1 and we add 1 to result. And now we're at the end, we can return 7 as our result. So the time complexity would be O of n, because where n is the number of elements in the array, because we will iterate through n elements in this array. And the space complexity would be O of 1, because the amount of space we use will not depend on the inputs of the array. No matter how large the inputs are, we will still be only using these 2 variables. So now let's get to the coding part. So first we can initialize the result to 0 and initialize the streak to 0. And now we will loop through the prices. So for I in range, length of prices. Now if the prices at that index is equal to the previous number minus 1, meaning if it is less by 1, the new price, then we will increase the streak by 1. So streak plus equal 1. Otherwise, we will reset the streak back to 1. And we will always add the streak to the result. And we can return result at the very end. See if it works. Okay, perfect. Hope this was helpful. Thank you all for watching. If you have any other questions or comments, feel free to leave them down in the comment section. And I hope to see you all again soon.